What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Back again with another video. This time it's the big one. It's the big game. Our biggest game of the season so far. Not very hard because it's only the second game of the season. But it's a big one, you know. Spurs versus Manchester United. We're going away to the Spurs stadium. You know, we're going to North London. And we're hopefully going to beat them. Because if we have, and I'm going to say it again probably a couple times, if we have lofty ambitions, if we want to win something this season, if we want to go far and deep in this title challenge, then we need to be beating Spurs, right? So there's been a meltdown, a huge meltdown, it seems, in the fan base. You know, everybody's been complaining about, oh, our performance against Wolves was a bit dreadful. You know, we didn't look very good. I think it's just been a massive overreaction. I agree, of course, that we didn't play well. We didn't play to our best. We could have been better. The midfield was a mess, really, at times. There was a lot of gaps in our midfield for Wolves to get through, but I think one thing we have to remember, and I think I said it in my post-match reaction, right, is credit to Wolves. I think sometimes we get so locked in into our own team, and forget there's actually another team on the pitch here that also have ambitions, that are also trying to succeed, and also, you know, trying to impose their game plan. Fair enough, it's not like we're facing Man City or Liverpool or something, or Arsenal even. It's Wolves, so we think, okay, we should be blowing them away. But really and truly, they deserve to be on the pitch as well. They earned the right to play, and they were a really good team. In the first half, we were all right. But anyway, look, this isn't another Manchester United versus Wolves reaction. But I just thought I'd touch on that first of all before we get into this game, because I think we're so early in the season that people should really just calm down. I think it's a bit too early to be panicking right now. And, you know, there's still a lot to come from the team. So I'm hoping, obviously, that we can look much better against Spurs. Obviously, this is our first away game of the season. So, you know, we're hoping that our form from, you know, obviously last season we had really, really good home form. Last season we did not have such a good away form. So let's see if we can make it better this season. I'm hoping that we can. You know, Spurs looked really good in fits and starts against, I think they played Brentford. It was 2-2, right? So we'll talk about Spurs in a minute, but I think if we want, like I said already, if we have lofty ambitions, if we want to do well this season, we need to be beating Spurs away from home. We need to change this away record narrative ASAP, straight away from the off. Let's have a really good away win. And if we can get 2 wins in a row, narrative changes. Even if we don't have a good performance, I'd like a good performance, and I want a good performance from the team. I want to see the midfield controlling the game a bit better. Casemiro maybe, you know, having a bit more control, and, you know, Mount having a bit more of the ball and being able to do the things he wants to do on the ball. Bruno being a bit more impactful in the final third. But ultimately, if we get 2 wins in our first 2 games, one away against one of the traditional top 6 teams, I'm not complaining, you know, right? We can just build on it, slowly but surely build on it, and before we know it, we've won the Premier League. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it comes down to mentality. It comes down to, are the players locked in? Are they, you know, because if you think about it, home and away, Ten Hag always says it, it's the same thing, it's the same pitch, same greens, same balls, you know, that you're playing, same field essentially. It's just mentality. Can you handle the pressure of not being at home and being, you know, absolutely like attacked by, or, you know, shouted at basically by away fans? So the players need to be locked in, which is why we need to back these guys. Obviously, transfer window hasn't closed. We're having a lot of issues with getting certain players out the door, but if they're here, we just gotta back them at this point, to be honest. And on that note, what is my predicted 11? Now, I wasn't very pleased personally, and, you know, once again, if you watch the post-match reaction, you'll know this. But I wasn't very pleased with Garnacho's performance. I love the guy, I love the player, great player, great prospect for us. But from the start, from the off on, you know, starting the game, I don't think it's really his bag at the moment. Or he's going to have to, at some point, show us that he can do that, right? But while he's not doing that, please, second game of the season, I say we start Sancho, right? So that's already a giveaway from my predicted 11. But let's go through the whole team. So obviously, I'm not really making many changes, so we can just kind of cut through it. We're gonna start with Anana in net, in the goal. He did well last game, I think. Obviously, other than the potential penalty shout. Then we've got our back 4 of, it looks like Wan-Bissaka's, you know, got the nod ahead of Dalot. So Wan-Bissaka. Then I wouldn't mind if Dalot came in though, to be honest, you know. But I think Wan-Bissaka's probably not going to lose that unless he does something specifically wrong, or, you know, when we go into when we start getting cup games, then obviously then Ten Hag might rotate, and if Dalot plays so well, then maybe he'll come in. So yeah, Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. Then we've got a right centre back of Varane. Now left centre back, Martinez might have a slight injury. I'm not sure. We'll find out tomorrow in the presser. If he doesn't, obviously, then we've got Martinez on there. And if he does, then we'll probably end up playing, because Lindelof came on. He looks shaky, right? So Ten Hag might go for Shaw as left centre back and then Dalot as left back. But we'll see. From right now, we don't know any. I don't know any better. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be Martinez at left centre back, Luke Shaw left back. Then we're moving into the midfield, same midfield. You know, some people are saying drop Mount. I say keep Mount in midfield. Casemiro Mount again with Bruno up top. I don't see the reason to change that right now. Mount needs to get into his stride. I think he played all right against Wolves. The whole team wasn't really doing much, and we didn't really control the ball on the ball. So I wouldn't blame Mount specifically for that. So I'd play him again, and I'll keep that midfield as it is. Like I said, the only change I'm really making to this team is bringing Sancho on as a false nine, not even as a left, as a false nine, having Rashford on the left in his best position, and putting Anthony on the right. Now Anthony is Anthony at the end of the day, right? Like he'll get into really good positions, and maybe final third hasn't really clicked yet for him, but when he has a good game, he has a good game. So, you know, let's see how he does in this game. There's not really anybody else for the right hand side anyway. Pellistri maybe put Sancho on the right hand side, some would say, and keep Rashford down the middle, and then keep GARNACHO on the pitch. I don't know. I think Sancho just playing false nine, and there's a reason for this, right? I think it'll help our midfield a little bit more, because Sancho will probably drop back. He'll receive the ball to feet a bit more than Rashford. Rashford likes to go. You know, he wants the ball over the top. He wants the ball into space so he can run into space. Whereas Sancho probably will do more of that kind of typical number 9 kind of back to goal, receive the ball, tiki-taka kind of play than Rashford probably would. Not necessarily that Rashford is not good up there, but I think he's just much better on the left hand side. So that's my starting 11. That's exactly what I would do for this team to hopefully get us the W against Spurs, who, as you all already know, and I'm devastated by this. I'm heartbroken that we don't have this guy in our team, and Bayern Munich have stolen him off us. I say off us. He was never coming to United, was he really? But anyway, Kane obviously has left Spurs. So really, you'd say they're a little bit toothless, but then again, like I said, they scored 2 goals against, I'm pretty sure it was Brentford the other day. Let me just corroborate that. I'm pretty sure it was Brentford, because Brentford was 2-2, and then Aston Villa were facing somebody else, or maybe it was Aston Villa. I can't remember. I should really have checked, really, right? Do I have the details? Yes, it was Brentford. Anyway, so you'd think they'd be less attacking or less toothless, or more toothless, sorry, without Kane, but actually they looked really good. And it probably comes down to their new manager, Ange Postecoglou, or however you pronounce his name, forgive me for that. He is having them playing a bit more expansive football. Their fullbacks are bombing forward, and we're going to have to deal with that, I think. I think it was actually one of their fullbacks that scored one of their goals the other day, Emerson. So, I think we're looking really at a team that is different to what we expect from Spurs. So we need to be able to deal with that. It's their first home game as well, so they're going to be up for it. They're going to really be ready for this. The crowd is going to be on our backs. They're going to be supporting them. There's no issues for them yet. And really for them, they need to win this game, right? Because otherwise, they drew their first game. If they lose this game, 1 point from 2 games in Postecoglou's first season in charge, not looking good. So I think they're going to really be coming for us. But if we play better than we did against Wolves, I don't see why we shouldn't be beating these guys. So my prediction for this game is a positive and very optimistic 2-1. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this ended in a draw. It's kind of got a draw written all over it, but I don't want to predict a draw. I want to predict a W for Manchester United. So I'd say 2-1. And I hope that we can get this win. Because like I said, if we start the season with 2 wins in a row, who's complaining? But like I said, let's start Sancho. That's the video. That's the preview. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the starting 11. Can we beat Spurs? I think we can. I don't see why not. Drop a like on the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. And once again, see you on the next one.